One commonality that I teach in every seminar, whether it's something about managing multiple priorities, whether it's communication, whether it's supervisory skills, I teach the most important aspect of the human element, the cause of conflict. Conflict, or miscommunication, is simple and yet happens with every human being. The one aspect we don't know how to deal with is, how do you deal with conflict? One of the aspects of conflict I wanted to discuss is the fact that conflict is based on the fact that we all have a different set of beliefs, perceptions, and experiences. For instance, our beliefs come from our family of origin, our culture. They come from the people we grew up with. How do you know a belief system is true or not? We all have different beliefs, we all have different perceptions, and we all have different experiences. Our perceptions are how we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we feel. Perceptions are not wrong. If you feel something, it's what you feel. If you think something, it's what you think. It's a fact. If you saw it on the internet, you know it must be true, right? But the fact is, it's merely our opinion based on what we perceive. And we all have different experiences. How many of you would agree that we sometimes learn different lessons from the exact same experience? So whose perceptions, whose beliefs, whose experiences are right and whose are wrong? That's the major problem we have with human beings, because how many of us would agree that nobody shares your individual beliefs, perceptions, and experiences? And yet, we do believe they should. Let's give an example here. If you see these four different shapes here, we have a square, a circle, a half a circle, and a crescent. Which one of these is the most different and why? What is the lesson here? We all see things differently. We all have different sets of beliefs, perceptions, and experiences, but the bigger lesson is this: we all love to see things a certain way and be right, and we hate to be wrong. But we don't mind making other people wrong. We do it all the time. What's the problem with making another person wrong? Do they like it? In customer service, we know the customer is always right. Is that true? Ooh, you're pretty quick with that. Okay, so it's true the customer may not always be right, but you never want to make the customer wrong. Because if you make the customer wrong, will they work with you? Will they listen to you? So the most important lesson I teach in any seminar is the fact that we all have a different set of beliefs, perceptions, and experiences, but the key here is that you want to find out how they see it first before you try to get them to listen to how you see it. Stephen Covey says in his 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, habit number 5 is, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Why should we want to do that? How many of you would like people to want to hear how you see it? Because people don't care how you see it until you first care how they see it. So instead of acting on assumptions based only on our beliefs, perceptions, and experiences, we must learn to be more open to how other people see it first before we can decide what action we need to take to get the best results with other people. So that's the number one habit I encourage all human beings to make, a good habit of breaking this habit of acting on these beliefs, perceptions, and experiences.